Hello everyone, I am Tacet and welcome to the Gems of War Guild Wars, week 39, day 2. It is a green day, and today we have something slightly different planned as far as our team composition. We're going to be running the team we were practicing earlier this week. We of course have new troops that got added in this week, and one of the teams that we are building around is the Glitter Claw. And wow, is this thing ridiculously powerful, at least in this composition. So basically we rushed the Dark Maiden, since it takes a red, because we need to take a red to go get it mana, that then gives Glitter Claw the enchant. We then cast Glitter Claw, we then get an excessive amount of mana, we hopefully get another cast, that then gets Yasmin, then we just infinitely loop Yasmin till we win. Queen Aurora is here for the extra mana, so we don't have any delay in getting it up, and it goes even quicker, keeps our loop going, keeps infinite Yasmin going. And yeah, it was working amazingly well earlier, and going to be testing it for Green Day. This is the first Green Day, obviously. Anything that we do with any of the new troops this week will be the first day that we use them within the Guild Wars, so this is the first time we're bothering with a Glitter Claw in Guild Wars, so hopefully it goes over well. Main thing that this will have an issue with is freeze, though I do have alternatives if we do run into freeze, but we'll have to see. Hello everyone, hello Simple, hello Pip, hello Derek, hello D, hello Lorman Boy, hello Techni, hello Alan So, hello Ray, hello William, welcome all. You've rushed from another video to the stream? Well, I guess that works, because at least the other video you can watch whenever, assuming it's not another live stream. But glad you could join us. Ideally we need alignment here, unfortunately that is not what we have. Which way should I take this first? I don't think that's going to get interrupted at all. So we can keep that as is. Still no convert, so we'll take that again. Still no convert, so we'll probably take the red. It's most likely going to drain my Glitter Claw, so hopefully we'll get some kind of alignment off of our other one. Because of that, I do want to take this in a way that we can take a different mana if we need. So I do want to take it this way. We also get some purple out of that, so he'll go do that, get his little drain. That's the exact one we thought. Oh, wait, Spirit Fox removes all the yellow. Whoops, slight underestimation there. I forgot about that. But that's not going to matter too much. Unfortunately, we still haven't gotten the Glitter Claw cast down yet. I think we can still work around that. I guess we cast Yasmin and hope it lands. Oh, Yasmin, why you do this? Great way to show off this team. Already failing. Let's see. We should be good to go. So we do that. Got our alignment. Okay, we got it. Okay, we almost have it. Not up yet. And now we do this on green. Now we should have it. There we go. And now we auto-win. There's the team that should have been going earlier. Oh, it didn't get the last little bit that it needed. One lucky HP as well. We'll throw that down. And Yasmin again. But yeah, that was actually a really awful way of doing that, but it did indeed come through. Now to just do that 4 more times and hopefully not get as bad of a start. And we'll score really big numbers. It's good that if it just does this early on and not later. Oh, good. If every single person in this guild is running pure goblins, it shouldn't be too bad. Goblins can go pretty crazy, but I believe we can get started a lot quicker than goblins can due to Dark Maiden plus Glitter Claw, particularly Dark Maiden. Dark Maiden into green or Dark Maiden into almost any color. As long as it goes into Glitter Claw, herself, or Yasmin, we'll be good to go. Blue and green, I believe, are the best two, though we can take a purple to go straight into Yasmin, which is nice, and the excess goes into Queen Aurora. We're mainly using Queen Aurora for her bonus stats, her bonus manas, but we can use her for her ability to get some barriers and some HP. The HP doesn't really matter, the barrier does, however. Okay, but anyways, into the next one. Should be, hopefully, about the same thing, except a better start, which will get us looping quicker. I have that right off the bat, didn't get any cascade from it, don't have a drop, so we'll just have to take a double red. Not that many yellows on the board. We do want to make sure whatever we're doing this entire time that we're aligning them. So I do want to take this red up in case he, for whatever reason, doesn't go for these greens. So we'll be able to take those later. He prevented me from taking that red, if it was even aligned. Ideally, I want to keep that exactly like that, but I believe it's better for us to take the extra turn, so we'll do just that. We'll have the Glitter Claw next turn. The only problem with that is we have nowheres to actually use the Glitter Claw next turn. So it looks like it is going to be another slightly slow one. We'll just have to go and get... Oh, oops. Didn't mean to do that. We'll just have to go and get Yasmin up manually. And this red is even worth taking. I guess we could do that into the yellow or the blue and then convert it out the next turn. So we'll do that. We have a somewhat green convert. and then we can just go from there. So I believe that's what we're going to do. Just get more greens onto the board for next turn, so that when Yasmin goes, we'll have a better chance of hitting. Just let it do whatever there. And now we're pretty much good to go. We'll just throw this down, hopefully have alignment. Oh, it helps if you extra turn as well. That's kind of important, if you also land the extra turn. Wow, we're getting really unlucky here, compared to when we were trying it earlier. Don't you dare kill it! We don't actually have a summoner, so that'd be really bad if it did. Well, what do we have here? We don't have green. Very unfortunate. We don't have anything, it doesn't look like. Don't even have brown over there. I needed to land on something. Oh, wait, never mind. We could do this. That will give us our alignment then. And then we can do it on green. Okay. Saved, barely. Barely saved. And then we go to Yasmin's. Oh, of course you missed. Yasmin just does not want to hit today. Nope. It's infinite loop versus infinite loop. And his is winning. Rip. I think we actually just lost. We'll see. Does she get to live? Probably not. Nope. It's just one Yasmin. That's all we have left. Well then, I was not expecting this team to lose. I need to go change that title. That is humiliating. Wow. Goblins. Chill. Yeah, that's pretty much Goblins in a nutshell, if you don't have freeze. Should we go bring out freeze? Let's see, it's a green day. Does green even have a viable freeze? I don't think it does. We'll just stick with this and not miss with Yasmin, hopefully. Well, does it even matter much what we take? I guess it's still technically winnable. We would need one Yasmin into an infinite loop, which is kind of possible, though very unlikely. We'll take that. Up, he's cleansed, so now if he skull pokes us, we die, which is pretty likely with this board. Don't have anything we need to take over there. Green into the purple, I guess, is okay. Oh, oops, it just gave him skulls. Oh, he didn't go for it, though. But, of course, he ends up getting that off his ability, so it didn't even matter that he didn't go for it. Rip. Ripperonis. The Goblins. OP. Seriously, every single one of them is running it. This team actually isn't that good against Spirit Fox. That might be the other problem that we're having, too. It makes our Dark Maiden pretty useless. The reason some people put it on to Green Day instead of, well, there's 3 days that you can put a Spirit Fox on. Green, Red, and Yellow Day. Yellow Day for the obvious reason, because it removes all yellow. And Red and Green, there's a lot of Reds that do use yellow. Not only that, but also Dark Maiden. And for Green Day, same reason for Dark Maiden. Because she's one of the better mana generators for Green Day. What even is our plan for this one? We'll go and... I don't even think I want to take the blue initially. I mean the green initially. We're going to take a red. Get our crystallize. Take that over. He'll just drain that. We get another red here. We barely have any yellows, but that does give us a 5 times purple if he doesn't ruin it. And he already ruined it. Good job. Well, there goes that slight plan. I guess plan B is throw that down. There we go. That's what the team's supposed to do. Now get going. Wow. It took us how many tries to finally get it working immediately? Amazing. Okay, we'll throw it on purple. Get her mana. Doesn't really matter how. Ooh, that's not full mana. One off. Throw that down. Take that. Throw Yasmin. Now that's what it's supposed to do. Too bad it didn't. That would have been great the previous battle. But oh well. That's what it is supposed to do every time. Oh well. One loss. Can't really help that against a Goblin team. Take that, take that. Go and take our red because that gives us crystallize for full mana next turn. Actually, we don't have anywhere to cast it though. Unless he moves it. So we'll go do that. Maybe we'll get lucky. Nope, board is still pretty much what it was the previous turn. So there isn't really anywhere to go and cast this off at. Guess we will just pass our turn and wait it out. Still nowhere to do it. No alignment, no reds, which would also get us going. Did we take the green? I guess we'll get her up. Doesn't matter which one I actually take. So we'll go with that. We can now have it onto green, so we'll go get that down. Hopefully get ready to Yasmin. That is enough. Do we have alignment? Yes, we do. And now we just auto-win, as long as it doesn't miss. And on this board, it shouldn't. Let me take that yellow real quick. Just get that out the way. Purple, don't really need. Take that. Throw another one. One more after that, I believe. Yep. And any poke will kill it. And down it goes. I still want to keep this for green days. Well, we'll try it again. But yeah, that was that was quite unfortunate on that second battle there. And what on earth is his team? That is a Nobbin Brother, Princess Fizzbang, Famine, and a Scorpius. Not quite sure what he's going for with that. I say that, but it's going to probably destroy us now. But that does seem like a slightly odd composition. Unless we feed him a lot of green, there's no way this is failing against that. Oh, well, we already got that immediately. Very nice. We got it back up, which doesn't really do us much good. I will go take a red to a green. That gives us full mana. We'll get this on green, yellow to green next turn. Yeah, that's right. And keep thinking I say it incorrectly. And now we just need a brown, a green, or a purple. Ideally brown or purple. Of course, neither are available though. So we'll have to take our green. He'll skull poke us for 0. There he goes. Is that even worth casting? There's only 9 on the board. We kind of have to. We'll throw that down. Oh, we actually got it to land. Now there's 11. And we still don't have alignment on neither of them. I almost feel like casting this just so we have more greens on the board. I think I am, just to make sure we hit on our next turn. Obviously, that doesn't do anything this turn, but for the following turn like this, we'll easily get the extra turn. Should have the convert, and we do. And now we just go right back into Yasmin again. Oh, I might just have to keep it for PvP then if it's going to keep doing that. Yeah, against Spirit Fox and against Queen Mab are the two biggest things. If it gets too slow of a start, it's going to struggle against both of them. Now our score probably looks horrible. Well, you know what? For one lose, that is not that bad. We almost scored over 8,000 with one lose. But still, yeah, did lose once. I'm still keeping it. We're trying it next week again. Hopefully it'll go a bit better, but rip. Rip. Okay, let's try this in PvP a few times. Watch, we'll go into this and it'll probably work. Oh, it doesn't work against that team, though. Let's go against... Sure, that one. We can't do it against the Queen Map variants. I know, I won't forget dungeons. I very rarely ever forget dungeons. I might do it, like, all the way at the end of the stream sometimes. But I very rarely forget them. I've only missed it about 5 days so far. Since they've been running it. Or I think I've lost it on 5 days. It's kind of hard to keep track sometimes. Because you don't know exactly when you have or have not done it. Like, you can't remember that you didn't do it unless you remember, like, the next morning. It's like, oh, yeah, I completely forgot to go do that. But sometimes when you actually forget them, you might not even know that you forgot to do them. And I can't really tell just by looking at my numbers because I was opening them randomly into some of those chest thingies, those little colored ones, in order to show them for videos and such and streams. So I don't know for sure if my actual number is even remotely close to what it should be. So I can't go by the per day comparison. Because some of them I opened a lot in a certain color, like brown, I know for sure I opened a lot in. What do we even do here? We'll go take a green. We don't have anything else to throw. There's no blue and there's no yellow on the board. But now there's a little bit of both, but barely any to do anything off of. We'll just go take a purple so we keep it on the board. Throw it down and go from there. He just throws a buff that does basically nothing. That somehow missed. Yasmin, you are really unlucky today. I should have tested what my luck was today before using her. Gotta make sure you have good RNG before you try using something so random. There we go. When you face goblins enough times in a row, you're going to get owned at least once. Yeah, that's pretty much just a standard. Goblins just automatically win about 1 out of 10 times. Doesn't matter what you use. It just happens. The only exception to that is if you're using a quick freeze team. But obviously in Guild War days, you can't really use that. It would have to be a purple or blue day, but no one bothers putting goblins on those 2 days. Because everyone knows they'll be running Borealis or Queen Mab. Particularly Queen Mab. Why must everything be so bad on this board? We'll just go take that over. If nothing else, if we fail enough turns, he'll automatically have Crystallize. Oh, there we go. We'll go take that. I didn't need the skull. Of course, the main thing we needed was the red there. This gives us our convert. We'll go throw this down for an extra turn. This should hopefully give us alignment on our yellow to green. And if not, we'll throw it on purple or brown. And if we don't have any of that, then we'll figure out what plan B is. There we go. We have it on purple. Actually, I don't even need to throw it. Never mind. We already have Yasmin. We don't even need it at all. Ideally green, and we do indeed have it. So perfect. Let's throw that down. That gives us every mana. We can now throw that down. Yeah, we'll move it again. Double check for anything. Move that. Purple, because why not? This is in Guild Wars, so I don't need to conserve our turns. Yeah, we got it. Throw that. Take the green. Yasmin again. And one more Yasmin dead. Up, 1 HP, what are you doing? There we go. Right when they live with almost nothing. But yeah, if anyone has any teams you want me to go over, any questions, any need help building teams or anything of the such, feel free to leave them in chat and we'll definitely make sure to go over them. And just so I don't forget dungeons, let me go do them real quick. Also, don't forget, new Mythic this Friday. We will be throwing down all of our glory, or not all of our glory, but it's a good day to throw down your glory gem, guild, and VIP chests this Friday after the event switchover. Or not the event switchover, but after the daily reset thingy. That starts at 2 AM Eastern Standard Time, or whatever your regional equivalent is. But yeah, definitely make sure to use the glory, gem, guild, and VIP chests. Also, make sure your guilds are actually leveled, though. Like, wait till they're like level 5 or 6. But if your guild is already at that point by then, it's definitely a good idea to try getting a new Mythic. It will be really good at cleansing. It's also going to be a bit of an inverse famine. I wanted to use it on Yellow Day this week. Unfortunately, Yellow Day falls tomorrow, and we're not getting the troop until Friday morning. So we will not actually be able to use it. We'll probably just use our standard Yellow Day tomorrow. I'm not quite sure. Maybe we'll find something else randomly to throw down. Just so I don't use the same thing. Because I really wanted to throw Yasmin this week. I mean, not Yasmin. I wanted to throw the new Mythic that's coming on this Friday on Yellow Day. I say Yellow Day mainly because I feel like that's the best day that I would work on. Its colors, I believe, are yellow, red, and purple. Let me go double check that. I think that might be wrong. Its colors are... Nope, I got it right. Yellow, red, and purple. Both my purple and red day are already solid, so I only need it for Yellow Day. Yellow Day is technically solid too, but it scores very low. It wins decently, but scores low. Like 9,200 or something normally. Which is pretty low. Okay, reds. We'll take you. Get a crystallize on something that's already crystallized. So didn't really need that much. But what do we do from here? I guess we'll go for this. It gives us some yellow too. And that gives us brown. And it gives him a free skull and some free purples. I need one red somehow. Some way, somehow. We'll stick to blue for now. Get that to full mana. I don't actually need to cast that though. What I need is the... What's her name? The Dark Maiden to actually get the full mana already. That would be very useful. There we go. Oh, I didn't surge. Well, it looks like we got Yasmin. Same difference. Do we have alignment? No, we did not. So we throw Yasmin. Throw that down. It landed. Nice. Throw Yasmin again. Yes. Good. Throw that down. And that's match. There we go. Also, hello, Adam. Hello, Marcelo. Welcome, welcome. Hello, N4. Would you give some... Oh, wait. What trait stones do we need for the new Mythic that's releasing? I don't believe we currently know. Let me double check on the spoiler thread. Or on the spoiler thingy. It uses... Arcane Plains and Arcane Storm. Wait, why does Storm sound incorrect? Isn't Storm yellow-blue? Yeah, Arcane Plain and Arcane Storm. Arcane Plain is yellow-purple. I know that one. What is Arcane Storm? Let's see. Arcane Plain and Arcane Storm. Red, yellow. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah. Okay. So red, yellow, and yellow, purple are the two trait stones. So Adana and Divinian Fields are the two that you would end up needing. Maybe just double check that one more time, just to make sure that is indeed the case. Yeah, Plains and Storm. So yeah, that'd be red, yellow from Adana and yellow, purple from Divinian Fields. So Adana and Divinian Fields are actually really close to each other. But yeah, those two. Those would be the ones you would need 21 of each in order to fully trait the upcoming Mythic. And it's definitely a really good idea to have it fully traded. Its second trait is Impervious, and its third trait is Cleanse on yellows, assuming it gets to keep the exact same ones that it currently has on its spoiler thingy. But yeah, February 2nd that's coming out, which is of course this Friday, once the thing resets. What other questions I miss? Would you give some advice on best and second best red Guild War team for tomorrow? First best, I believe, is the new team that we're switching into, or something very similar to the Bane of this team. Let's see, where'd it go? I forget if I have this other cheaper one set up. But basically anything Dark Maiden Ragnagord, I've been messing around with a lot on red days. But this is my personal favorite. I used to run this with Infernus, but now because Queen Titania exists, we're running it with Queen Titania. Same difference, except Queen Titania gets the burns. Plus she can 0 turn delay do her ability, which is nice, assuming you have the reds. The way you would get your reds is, of course, from the Dark Maiden actually converting them into what you need. Speaking of that, why do we not have anything good to do here? We'll go do this on brown. I just tried doing it on yellow. Let's go convert the yellow into yellow. Good idea. But we'll go convert out the blue, or explode the blues. Get a little bit of everything going. I've recently been using Jotnar a lot in Red Guild War Day. The main reason for this is, of course, everyone's been running goblins like crazy. I mean, not goblins. Have been running dwarves like crazy. And the easiest way to counter out dwarves, since everything they have pretty much is 1-shot, or in the case of Highforge, 2-shots, all you have to do is to keep barriering, and then you win. And that's the whole premise of what we're trying to do with this. Okay, also one thing that's pretty nice is since you have the additional damage off the burn, you can sometimes get free instant kills too. I don't think we have enough right now though. Let me check our boost ratio. It's 28. 28 plus 40, 24 is enough. That would be 52. 52, 50% is 21. No, 26. 26 onto that is 78. I don't know if I did maths correctly, but I know it's enough damage. But as you can see, it makes Yasmin able to one-shot, which is one of the main reasons why I didn't use him in the past, is he doesn't actually have enough damage to one-shot normally. But with the 50% that you get from the Fairy Fire, he does indeed have enough to one-shot through all armor. And that's basically against anything in the entire game he can one-shot, which obviously is very useful, since you can just target whatever the biggest threat is on the opposing team, and then instantly kill it out, which is nice. Okay, what do we even need for a convert here? I guess we could just Jotnar him. Oh, that's not enough damage, is it? He's not Fairy Fired. Oh, duh. He's gonna get Fairy Fired. He's the only thing left. There's only one target for the Fairy Fire. I see the skulls. It's not even needed, though. And down it goes. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna be running for Red Guild War Days from now on. The cheaper version of this is basically just Dark Maiden Ragnagord with 2 things behind it. You can go with that. Ragnagord's a little bit more towards the expensive side, kind of. Well, it's more towards the mid-range. But he's one of those epics that a lot of people tend to not get, just because random luck. There's a lot of epics that can sometimes be elusive out there, just because they're not given out for free. Ragnagord is not a free kingdom epic, unfortunately. You just have to get him out of pure luck from a random drop from a key. What other chats did I miss? Let's see. Yes, goblins are very, very annoying. I don't know what's going to be done about them, if anything, to try to fix them some. But they are one of the most annoying teams currently in the game. They do have counters. The biggest issue for them is on Guild War days, because there's no viable counters for them on the colors on every color day. Only on days where there's a viable freeze troop is there a counter to them. And even then, sometimes you can't even get your freeze troop up quick enough before they just infinitely loop you to death. What do we even do with this? He already has Scion, which of course is very annoying. I almost just want to bait him a skull just so we get to keep something else. And that didn't even work, though, for whatever reason. He didn't take the other thing. What do we even take? I guess we just take the skull. That's weird. He's not going for the cast. I don't know if this is a good thing or a bad thing, but we'll go take a brown to a brown. We'll do that. He'll drain us. And if this surges, we're good to go. Perfect. Exactly what we needed. And now we just explode the board and go from there. How about a red? Looks like a wide spread. Get almost the whole board down. There goes Scion again, being a Scion. Do we even need this at the moment? It's not really going to do much. So we'll go for the explosion. Get that going. Oh, it killed. Oh, we don't have enough either to do, like, anything. That's bad. Imagine if this was Guild War Day right now. We would have lost. Though, realistically, no one's really using that team in Guild Wars. It's mainly the slime being annoying for the most part. Okay. How do we even work this then? There isn't anything we can do. Checkmate. Okay, we'll just throw a tap there so that our second tap will kill it. But, yeah, that leaves us with very few options. I also have to take the skull here by no choice of my own, simply because of... Actually, you know what? We can throw this first. Oh, there goes Deathmark kill. Wait, did the first one die to Deathmark too? I think it did. Because I don't recall it dying to damage. Did my entire team just die to Deathmark? Pretty sure it did. I need to go back now. Did our first troop actually die to Deathmark? I thought it was from a skull, but it might have actually been Deathmark. Oh no, it was from famines and death's HP reduction is what it died to. But the other two died to Deathmark. Why? Why you do this to us? Try us again against the Scion. Yeah, I know. We'll go do dungeons. Didn't I just say I'll go do dungeons so I don't forget to do dungeons, and then I didn't go do dungeons? That sounds like something I would do. I keep wanting to do this on green because of the battle we were just doing with Yasmin. I do prefer the Yasmin team a lot better. Like, I'm just running this mainly just for practice right now. I don't find it to be as strong as the pure Green Day team by any stretch. It's nice. It works. What do we even need here? I guess the brown to red. I'm trying to find something that won't give it a skull, hopefully. So we'll take that. Didn't get a surge on the brown we needed, unfortunately. I don't know what plan B is at this point. I guess just taking a green and a white that won't give him a skull is fine. Oh, as I give him a skull, good job. Let's not give him a skull by giving him a skull. Okay, plan B is... do this. Hope he doesn't take the skull and then go from there and take the skull. Of course he takes the skull. Plan C is take the brown, take the other brown and go from there. Please surge. Good. Okay, we should have this now. As long as he doesn't get another drain randomly. Okay, he didn't actually do anything too bad. Even though he took like 6 turns. Do we have a quick way of killing this? We can't just leave him there. Oh, there we go. Yes, we do. Throw that down. Yasmin, get mana quicker. We'll go... I keep wanting to do this on green. We don't need it on green. We need it on... nothing that currently exists on the board. Well, it looks like green is our only option if we want to do it. So I guess we just take a brown. Red would be more ideal, but we don't really have it at the moment. I guess you know what? I am going to do it on green. The main reason for this is I want to go take it right into a red. And if it surges, we have what's her name up, and then we can just cast that out for the damage. Okay. That shouldn't get an extra turn. It's only, or a summon. It's only based on red. So since we're not getting it, nor does he. And then we can just throw the other thing for a poke and go from there. We can get an extra turn right here, though. It's not on anything particularly useful, so we'll just throw that down. Get our kill. And now we just need to poke out the other two. We'll be good to go. We can throw this on purple. Hopefully get enough for mana up. Do we have any other option? Nope. That did not drop us anything. So let's throw that. Get us some skulls, and that'll be the kill. Do it on the purple there. It's actually going a little bit flimsier than before. I'm just having bad luck today, apparently. Let me go switch back to the Yasmin real quick. The Yasmin green. The infinite instant kill loop. Well, it's not instant kill, but once it gets going, if it doesn't miss, it'll be good. Yeah, I can't believe it missed 3 times to a goblin team. That's not good. Okay, we'll go and take the brown. Are Queen T and Queen Mab sisters? I actually don't know the lore on that. I didn't double check because they didn't release the thingy with it, or I didn't read it. I don't think they did with the actual main post. Someone was saying that, what's his name? The prince from the most recent kingdom, as well as Princess Elspeth, are both related. So we'll go do that. Take the blue. Go and throw the Yasmin down. We'll throw the Yasmin. Get this into a alignment. And should be good to go already. Do this on green. Get that down. Anything we have? Yes, convert. Boom. Get it going. Dead. 2 cast or 3 cast. Do it again. Okay, didn't win yet, but one more poke will if he will end his turn. Good job. And down it goes. Now, if only you could do that in Guild Wars. Why? We'll probably go like 2020 in like PvP, and then we'll put it in Guild Wars, and it's like, nope. Loses. Let's see. You're trying for 60 matches on Stormheim Explorer, but can't get the Arcane Stoic. Yeah, that happens sometimes. You can get really long dry streaks. I've also had the inverse of that, where I basically get the trait stone over and over and over and over again. We've gotten it 3 times in a row in PvP before. Actually, we did that on Christmas Day. We got 3 of the trait stone, or 3 arcane trait stones in a row as drops. It was quite lucky and amazing. And it's even a lower chance in PvP as well, by 3 times lower. Do we have a convert to brown or purple? I want this so we get instant Yasmin. We can do it on green. Problem with that is that actually doesn't help us in this instance, because it's not going to give us full mana. I lied, never mind. It does help us. There we go. Wasn't expecting the cascade to actually work. We'll go and throw another Yasmin. That one misses, but we have the backup one. Throw down green. That's why we have her. Well, that and 40 manas. And it missed again. Fail. Oh, super fail. I just got a famine. Oh, that hurts. That hurts. Okay, well, we'll go get this thing back to full mana. We could actually lose this if we're not careful. We're gonna take a brown. We don't get our super mana anymore. Feels weird not getting mana as quickly. Oh, there's a problem with that now, too. I've never actually had this issue because it's never died first before, since I've been using it. But this Surge does not give us full mana, because with this team composition, we're using Queen Aurora as our +1 red. So if I get a Surge, we're gonna have 9 mana. Oh, it didn't even Surge, but there we go. Luckily, we got Cascades that kind of saved us there. Go throw that down. And do we have this on green or any other color? I'll just move that over. And then that. And then there was one more. Wasn't there? Oh, no. I miscalculated that. Fail. We'll do that on green then. And can you get to full mana already? It does not want to go all the way. Do I risk this for a 50% chance that we get it? I guess, because if it misses, it still kills the damage. So even though that missed, that still killed their damage source, so it's not like he can do anything. And a smash. Oh, unfortunately we lost the Queen Aurora, though. Let's see. Oh, sorry, did I miss your question? Yeah, I'm still going through some of the questions from there. Is there anywhere you can read what each storm does, or ability like Submerge and Rage? I don't believe there's an area where all of them are covered in one nice little coherent thing. I was thinking of making a video on that, like going over every single term in the game. Maybe I would break it down a little bit more, though, and just do it on stats effects, because that would be a lot easier to do, just covering stats effects. But as far as storms, all the storms are just it increases the chance of that certain color occurring as they drop. So, for example, let's say a dust storm. Well, I guess some of them, it could be slightly confusing, because I always confuse Dust Storm with yellow. It's actually brown, though. But most of them are quite self-explanatory. Like, for example, a Firestorm is red. That one's pretty straightforward. What's a different one? A Dark Storm is purple. That one's pretty straightforward. And there's a few other that are kind of straightforward. I understand a Dust Storm and a few others are a little bit weird in their wording. But yeah, an Ice Storm's obviously blue and stuff like that. But yeah, it just increases, for their duration, the 8-turn duration, it increases the amount of that gem falling from the board whenever they get exploded or board clear or any other means of gems falling onto the board. It just increases the chance that that specific color will fall. As far as every other stats effect, yeah, I don't believe there's a nice little organized thing that goes over it. Normally in a game like this, they would have a little tooltip thing, and it will go over like all the little terms within the game. There's actually not one of those for this game yet. I know quite a few various games of like the turn-based kinds, or just any game that has a lot of terms in it will generally have one within the game itself. But for whatever reason, this game does not. But yeah, we'll do a video on it eventually. It's something I meant to do a while back and then never really got around to. There's a lot of videos I've been wanting to make that I've just never really gotten around to yet. But we will be doing them slowly but surely. We shall have them all covered. But it is definitely something I do want to do. But if there's any that you don't know, definitely ask if you don't understand any. But going over literally every single one right now would take way too long, especially since I wouldn't even be able to remember them all off the top of my head. I know what all of them do, it's just remembering every single one is... I think there's about 12, 15? I can't even name the number. There's that many. Oh, what does Submerge do? It basically makes it so you won't take damage from any ability that submerged troop will not take damage from any ability that hits all enemies. This does not count things like stat reductions, but as long as it does actual damage to the troop, it will indeed negate it. So it won't negate like full AoE burns, full AoE stat reductions, full AoE... well, that's basically it. Stats effect. It won't evade stats effects, and it won't evade stat reductions, but every other full AoE thing, things that hit the entire enemy team, it will indeed dodge. So let's say, for example, we were hit by a Yasmin. Yasmin's chosen. She casts. Let's say that the Amnesia is submerged. If we cast, it'll hit the other 3 troops, but the damage that's done to Yasmin, she will completely dodge, and no damage will be done to her due to her being submerged. That's pretty much how it works. So anything that's submerged will be immune to anything that does full AoE weapon, anything that hits all enemies. One thing to note about that is submerge does get taken off of a troop if they do any interaction. So if they take a skull or if they take a cast and cast their ability, they will lose their submerge. The only way that won't be the case is if the troop itself places submerge on itself when it casts. So I think there's only 2 troops that even do that. Both of them are not viable. Can you end your turn? Can you not famine? Okay, good. It didn't kill Yasmin. We're good. But yeah, Yasmin is... not Yasmin. Submerge is basically considered dead content due to the fact that it is so ridiculously weak that no one ever bothers using it. It's also very, very situational. And even in the situations that it would be useful in, there's normally better alternatives than simply putting a submerge. It doesn't give any kind of offensive capability, so a lot of people just ignore it. Maybe it'll be good eventually, but not really. We'll go through that, or not really right now, I mean. Do we have one on purple? Yes, we do, so we'll go throw that down. Already got everything we need. Throw down another Yasmin, and should be good to go. Get that down. Oh, what? No extra turn? Don't be doing what you did against the goblins. No! It did it. It did it. Wow. That one definitely shouldn't have missed. Oh well. It happens. At least this isn't Guild Wars. But then again, it already happened in Guild Wars, so rip. What's the backup plan here? I don't want to take all that mess, because I need it for when he gets his ability up, so we can actually extra turn off of it. I'm going to take this random red. Did he ruin me? Yes. He took, I believe, the only possible move that would have made it so I can't do it. Yep. That's not good. There's really no point even casting that now. Let's go take a Brown. Had to do whatever. Yeah, that's not good. We'll take another Brown. Still no alignment. I might just have to throw it, though. We'll scroll distract. Maybe he'll take it. Nope, he doesn't go for it. And Yasmin, don't you dare miss. Good. And Yasmin again, dead. Oh, that could have gotten a lot smoother, but it will. How do you farm up gold every week? You have problems on gold. So far donated 820k. We'll get 1 million, but it's hard. In last guild, it was 500k, and that was perfect for you. I don't know. I never really found gold to be that much of an issue generally from week to week. I guess it might have to do with a amount of time that you play. As long as you can win PvP battles in about 2 to 3 minutes each, it doesn't really matter too much what you're using. Here's my thing. Yeah, I did want to go use this. But yeah, as long as you have a quick team that can run through it every 2 to 3 minutes for a win, or quicker, ideally quicker, ideally 1 minute per win. Though very few teams can actually do that. But yeah, basically, the quicker you can win PvP, the shorter amount of time it'll take to get all the gold that you would end up needing to accumulate. Also, trying to get revenge battles more is quite helpful. Where do we even throw this Hellcat? Do we have anywhere to throw it? If not, I need to make it so we have somewhere to throw it. I can't even drop it correctly, I don't think. That's not good. So we'll go through that there then. That did not give me the alignment I was hoping for, but I guess we could just do this on this purple. And should be able to get it from there. As you can see, we're actually against a mass freeze team, but it's not going to matter because we get started so quickly with this team that we just auto-win before it even gets going. How do we not have full mana on you yet? We'll go and throw that one down, get you to full. It gives us a Hellcat on the blue, I think. No, it gives it on green. Is that even enough? It's still 1 short. Unfortunate. We'll go through that on greens. That should be enough. If not, there we go. And Alchemist, we need you to get the last little bit of mana on him. Convert this out, because we don't need it anymore. And never mind, it's already way more than enough damage, because he has such low stats. But we'll just clear it out with that. Yeah, using some kind of quick team, like this is even perfectly fine if you have it. Most people actually do have this team as well. All you need is the new Queen Titania. And, well, I guess Hellcat's somewhat hard to get to sometimes. It can be a little elusive. But it auto-wins the second you get it going. So we'll take that. We'll take the brown. I want to deliberately keep the red on the board, which is why I didn't take the red to get him up. We will do this on, it looks like, green, because even though we don't have an extra turn, I do need the mana very desperately right now. So we will throw that even though it's a non-extra turn. He'll just do that. We'll throw that, get rid of the blue. That gives us our queen. And what else can we do for board clear? Need to get a good Hellcat somewhere. I guess we could just do that onto the brown there. So I'm just going to waste that. Get it on this brown. Get the convert. That should be enough for her. Oops. Almost messed that up. That would have been a fail. We'll do that. And now we just need to get our ability up one more time. To do this, we'll just go get a Hellcat. Hellcat, why do you not have a free turn anywheres? Guess we'll do it on red. We'll go do that. Not the ideal, but we can go get it right back up by getting Hellcat down. Do that. That gives us Queen Titania, and that's match. I don't even need anything else. Don't even need that extra turn. It's already enough damage. And just keep wiping them out that way. Yeah, I believe it's about, I know around my level range, it's around 200,000 gold per hour, approximately, that you would get for most standard quick PvP teams. And you don't really necessarily need the most expensive stuff. You just need normally like one key legend or mythic here or there to make them work. Okay. What do we even need here? We need Queen Titania, so we'll get that down. That is one short again. Okay, let me go try getting another red to drop. That is definitely another red. Throw that down. And now we just need to get a recast and we're good to go. All those purples and yellows next to each other, and we actually don't have alignment. I thought we did. I wouldn't have wasted my goblin rocket like that. Wow, all of that purple and yellow, and not a single extra turn off of it, and still not a single extra turn off of it. Wow, okay. Well, I guess I'll manually swipe it then. And then we'll just Hellcat, and then that's match. Never mind, almost match. Where can you go and get the last little bit of your mana? I guess we'll go and drop it. And that's still short somehow, but we do have an Alchemist, which actually doesn't have anywhere to go. So I guess we'll just go take the red and Queen Titania, and then there we go. I keep wanting to do extra turns that we don't actually need. I keep forgetting Queen Titania, at this current moment in time with her 20% and everything, at least with the amount of damage that I can get out of her, she basically two-shots the entire enemy team, assuming they're Fairy Fired. You will need the third shot occasionally, but particularly earlier on in the game, or at most lower ranges of magic. But, yeah, that is really solid. Let's get an Alchemist here. Get that on the thing. Get that so we can go recast on the... Actually, I don't even need to throw my free Goblin Rockets. I keep wanting to do it, but it's really not that needed. Queen Titania is the main thing we need, and as long as we're getting that, we're good. Alchemist, go do that. Get rid of all that. Get a Hellcat down somewhere if we don't have full mana, which we don't. Oh, we can take that instead, though. Throw that down and dead. Yeah, like this is like 3,000 on average per battle. What do we get? Oops, did I just skip right through it? Yes, I did. Let me go show how much we got. It doesn't even show it because I clicked too quick. Fail. It is a little bit annoying against things that have burn immunity because, of course, they are immune to the Fairy Fire. It's not that big a deal, but it does slow down both the Glitter Claw and a Queen Titania team, mainly because they're based on the fact that you do have that extra damage. Most of them do run perfectly fine without it, but they do like having the extra speed because extra speed is nice. Better to win quicker than not to win quicker. We'll go and throw that onto the purple there. See what else we have. Hellcat the reds. Not even going to bother with the Goblin Rocket. Full mana, throw that down. Converts. Have anything good? Yes, kind of. We'll do it on blue if it would click. Put that down. That gives us Hellcat. Do it on green. Cast already. Queen Titania. Go. And that's almost wiped. We'll need one more cycle just because it has a really annoying team. A Hellcat again. We can get rid of yellow because it doesn't matter at this point. And take skull just in case if that's not enough damage. And dead already. Plus we still had everything with full mana. Hello, Anthony. Welcome. Let's see. Fastest gold for you is 3 PvP using a wall team. Average 1-minute battles. Which one are you talking about with the wall team? The double Fortress Gate? Double Fortress Gate Valkyrie Tesla? I find that to be a little bit slower than 1 win per minute if that is the team you're referring to. It is pretty quick though. It's one of the quickest things you can run in early game because it scales up to everything you're facing, so you don't ever need to go slowly. Also, it depends what level range you are, because at lower level range, it's actually quicker to win at lower levels than it is at higher levels. That might seem like weird, given that you would have more combinations at higher levels. But the main reason is you have some easier opponents that you can normally do at lower level ranges. And because of that, boost ratios will actually tear them apart just as easily. So you can just utilize boost ratios to actually get quicker wins than what a later game player would be able to do. How do we play this? I guess we do this and just go for his full mana. That's the main one that matters. And, well, it would have been helpful if I actually would have gotten alignment, but oh well. We'll go through it up for greens. It doesn't really matter if we spam all the extra turns. It's still going to win regardless. Oh, wait, what am I doing? We could have already won. I could have just done that. Oh, wait, never mind. That's not enough damage, but here, take a skull, and now it is. Oh, yeah, that team? Yeah, it's pretty solid. The double Fortress Gate Valkyrie Tesla. I run that on my newer account. I personally don't run it much on this account because I don't find it to be particularly quick. It wins, but it runs into a lot of weird situations where it doesn't end up working. The biggest issue it has is it only covers 3 colors, right? Yeah, red, yellow, and blue, which can be somewhat bad depending on what your starting board is. It's really starting board dependent compared to other teams that you could be running later on. But it's definitely a really nice cheap alternative. It's another one of those like triple teams where you just use one legend and it automatically wins. Of course, what we're using right now is also like that. This entire team is basically just Queen Titania looping infinitely. What do we need here? Alchemist, do something. Actually, probably should have taken that for purple. Oh well, not that big a deal. Find ourselves a extra turn on not yellow, or we'll go on yellow. That works too, I guess. Because I don't believe we actually have another option, because blue is not coming out for whatever reason. So, actually, we barely even have yellow as an option. Let's just go and throw a rocket at it then. Go move that down. And that gives us the opening on the blue, so we don't have to convert it out. Now we can just throw that down, and one more cycle will get it down. Just get Alchemist so we can go get his mana. Come on, cast. Throw that down. That gives us that. Throw it onto... I didn't even double check what we were going to do, but I assumed something was around. And down it goes. And we still had our extra turn. Oh yeah, Florian. I haven't really been using Florian much this week. I personally don't care for her much compared to Nyx. Nyx is so much better than a Florian. Just because of the combinations it can be used in. It's not that Florian's horrible. Every troop that ever gets made like that will still be okay under some circumstances. It's just she doesn't really have a particularly good loop. Like, what are you gonna do? Like, Giant Spider with her? Or, like, Gorgulfa with her? Like, I guess you could use one of the green exploders, but that's, like, what? Captain Skullbeard? That doesn't normally do much. And that normally connotates using a Skull Spam team, which, I don't know if you'd really bother using her in a Skull Spam team, given that the whole point of her is to make sure you have mana on the opposing team to actually drain. And if you're using a Skull Spam team, that means the enemy's also going to be taking more skulls, which means it's going to be less mana for you to actually drain, which would defeat the point in using her in the first place. But yeah, she'll have more combinations in the future, I'm pretty sure. Just at the moment, she seems a bit clunky, and I don't really want to bother with her just for 2 times straight stones this week. You still can, though. Running her on 1 trophies is still decent. I just wouldn't really bother with a main team for her. Alright, we'll throw it here and hope we get lucky off the top, I think. Kind of. Not really. We'll move that over. And that doesn't really give us much to do. Or anything to do. I guess we could do it on red, but obviously we wouldn't really want to do that. Still not really much to go and throw. Do we do it on red and just get rid of it already? I guess. We'll do that. That does give us Goblin Rocket, if nothing else. It also gives us Queen Titania. If more red could fall on the board, that'd be great. There's only one all the way over there. I guess we go for an explosion and try getting it to do something. Nope. Still only one red on the entire board. Well, here we go, Queen Titania. Clear it out. There we go. At least he got to do something there. Wow, this board. Not being friendly with us. We'll just go take that down. There we go. That's what we needed. We'll go through this first skull, I guess. Playing it more like a normal goblin team or something. But it's perfectly fine. We'll go throw that down. I think we fixed the board at this point. Throw it out on green. Throw it out on brown, and that's match. Okay, well, we had a little bit of a clunky moment, but it still came through. But why do you use double trait stone team? I know you don't need it, but why not use a double trait stone team? Well, for one, I don't need it. The other is she wins slower, and because I don't need to actually farm the trait stones, and I need the gold and everything else more for, like, mythic firebomb, it's actually more beneficial for me right now to not even bother with it. As well as for many people, because the amount of benefit that you would get from the gold would outweigh the few extra trait stones you might get. But if it takes more than about double the time, there's no point in using her, because we could just win twice in that time, and then not only would we get twice as much gold and basically everything else. I haven't seen a 1-minute win Florian team yet. I've seen things that were kind of similar to that, with like Infernus and I think it was Gorgotha, Infernus. Oh, I forgot the actual composition that was used in earlier. There's something weird with Yasmin. It was some kind of weird Gorgotha Yasmin team. But it was working okay. I wish I could actually remember that. I might need to look at the previous video and actually see what that was just to test it again. We're using something similar to it earlier this week, but then I kind of just stopped using it. Problem is I overwrit the slot and I actually forget what it is by now. Fail. Normally I keep them the entire week, but I did get rid of it. Where do I even move this? I just need one brown, so I guess it doesn't matter too much. We'll throw that down. I'm taking too long to think every single move and not just doing something. That's the only problem with these really mass convert teams. Sometimes. Okay. Do we have it on anything? Yes, we go through it on purple. Get that down. This will now give us the ability to not do anything. I need to try goblin rocketing for it, I guess. I only need the 1 mana. The problem is I need it off of red, which will just get re-blocked off of her. Don't even have that convert. Oh, yes, I do. I can go convert that out. That should be a free move. Yes, it is. We'll get that down. Just get our mana right back up one more time, and we'll be good to go. Do we have a guarantee convert set up anywheres? No. Can we set up one? No. I don't think that is one. Let me double check. Nope. That is not one. Well, what's plan B then? Here, take that. And then throw Hellcat. That'll work. As long as we have any Hellcat alignment, doesn't even matter if it's on yellow. Problem is, we don't even have it on yellow. Well then. Oh, yes, we do. We have it on green right there. So we do have it on something at least. We have the Goblin Rocket back up again. I don't have anywhere where I need to do it this time around. Okay, I guess we'll just go align it then. We'll go do that. Get yourself an Alk. Finally get this final thing we need. And it's already dead off of that. Do you still consider Tesla to be in the top 3 legendary troops? Yes. Tesla is definitely still in the top legendary 3 legendaries. At this current moment in time, oh, that's a hard for just top 3. But it's as far as actually crafting them, there are about 4 or 5 of them right now that are really, really viable. It's Dragon Soul, KrissTigger. Oh wait, but then there's the other 2. There's the 2 that just got added, so you can just do those off of event keys. There's Glitter Claw, Queen Titania, Corvash for Guild Wars, mainly, Dragon Soul, KrissTigger, and Tesla. I think that was 5 or 6 I just mentioned. Those are the main legendaries that basically if you have one of them, you can build a completely solid team out of any one of those 6 troops I just mentioned. And basically win everything with it. Slightly less so for Corvash. Corvash is mainly just a really solid brown and blue Guild War Day troop, as well as a good disable in general. You technically can build an entire team around him. Normally you need another pretty good legend to go with it. You may have noticed I didn't mention Queen Mab in that bunch. She is pretty good. I wouldn't really go out of your way for her though. She's not particularly over the top for invading. She's really good for defending. And for countering out specific teams that you need to freeze and that have really high mana that you can actually mana burn. But she's not particularly good for invading as just a team that you run against everything. There are a lot of teams where she can't function. It's not one of the things that you would just go run it and then plow down everything in your sight. There are hard counters to her where she'll just automatically lose, and she doesn't really have that spam ability like what a Dragon Soul or anything else has, where it doesn't really matter what you throw it on, because with her it does matter what you throw it on. So let's let it do whatever here. Unfortunately, it got the drain on the most perfect thing it could have drained. We'll go take a red. If he hits us again, that's fine. We didn't actually turn there. As long as he doesn't do anything too crazy. Oh, he is. Okay. Well then. Plan B is Purple Surge. Go. Not a Surge, nor would it have been mana, full mana, even if it was. Now, if you could Surge, that'd be great. Oh, it didn't. Oh, we could actually lose this. That'd be really sad. We haven't lost with this forever. I don't even think I lost once with it yet, because normally it gets going before it can. But we're about to lose all of our mana here. I don't think there's a single thing we could do about it. Nope. Didn't get the Cascade there or anything. We'll rebuild our mana, but it doesn't look good. Definitely doesn't look good. We don't even have an Alchemist on alignment right now. We could do it on green, but that barely does anything. I could take a Skull, that also barely does anything. I guess I kind of have to do this, so we'll go do this on green. That gives us a dead Goblin Rocket. And what's the backup plan for our backup plan? He's not even leveled! We're losing to an epic rarity. Let's see. Oh, good. That 13. The fact there was 13 on that board right there just saved us so hard. There we go. Queen Titania. Solo an entire team. Actually, I'm really curious. Can she solo an entire team? I've done it with Queen Mab before, just as a joke. I haven't tested it with Queen Titania yet. I believe she can. Wait, hold up. We need to go do that. We need to go try soloing an entire team with Queen Titania. I might need to give it a couple shots, because obviously the first time around it might not work. But, yeah, we need to go do that. That was funny. I have a video from ages ago where we did it with Queen Mab, as I mentioned. Back when she was super OP. Back when she had extra turns on 10 matches and there was nothing with Mana Shield. Ideally, I don't want to do this one against a Queen Mab, though. Let me go find something else. That's also pretty annoying. Nothing with Queen Mab, nothing with Scion. Also, infinite Goblin spam would be ideal not to do it against. I can't do it against that either because the Dawnbringer would be too many shields. Can't do it against that because Queen Mab. That would just be too much HP. Come on, can we find something mid-range? That would be too much drain. Does everyone just run the most overpowered team in the game? That's a little bit more reasonable, but it's a suicide team almost. So actually, that's the Explorer team. Speaking of that, I should probably go do dungeons. Didn't I still not do it yet? Yeah, I keep like talking about, hey, I should go do dungeons. I think we mentioned it like 3 or 4 or 5 times this stream. Yeah, I still haven't bothered doing dungeons yet. Let me go do that real quick before I forget. Wrong team. Let's see. Also, do I not have that one team saved to a slot? Yeah, I don't believe I do. This one, obviously, but the other one above it, I don't believe I do, simply because it's such a generic team that I always have it memorized, so I don't bother putting it on the slot. Yeah, Titania's fan. I haven't really bothered messing with it much yet. It is a fun weapon. I just don't really find it to be particularly viable. You've been liking her in Gorgotha, Azura, Worldbreaker, and the Flareon. That wouldn't end up working because you have the infinite mana in the middle. You have the Gorgotha for the tank and extra mana to get it started, and then you have Florian just for being Florian. So all the components are there. Yeah, Worldbreaker with Azura is insanely powerful. It's one of the better mythic epic combos. Of course, the other one would be a Mercy into like any yellow mythic. But yeah, it's a really strong combo. Azura into a Worldbreaker, since it doesn't have any mana conflict with each other, and they both just feed each other full mana pretty much. Well, let's go with Azura. Azura would mainly bring him to about 2/3 mana or so. But with Worldbreaker, it gives her the full every single time. Especially if you're not blocking her. Alright, we'll throw this down again. That'll be the clear. I don't think that's enough damage, but we have 2 casts, so it's not going to matter if it's enough damage. And down it goes. There we go. And as match, it gives us a normal reward of... why am I going to go say that? I'm saying that as if it's a redeem code. But 4 runic trade stones, 250 souls, 20 diamonds, 100 rubies, and 400 shards. Could you imagine if that actually was the redeem code? I don't know, would that be better or worse than what the current redeem codes are? I guess technically better, because rubies and shards and diamonds are a limited resource in this game. Which is why they would never actually be in codes. So I guess technically better. The 1 gem key is pretty juicy. That's actually a hard decision. I don't know, I'd probably say that the normal redeem codes would be slightly better than this. On a diamond day, it would obviously be better to have this. But if redeem codes were actually this, I don't know. The 4 runics, I guess, are pretty good too. I didn't even realize that these things give 4 every single time. I must have a lot of runics right now. Because I barely ever use runics, unless like a new, I guess quite a few things use runics. How many do I even have? Now that I say that, almost everything runs with runic. So what am I saying? I'm clicking on every possible wrong menu. Let me go under hero, go under inventory. What are our runics looking like? Oh, we're almost over 1,000 on each. The only 2 we need more of is red and brown, so we need to go farm more brown runics. The best place to do that would be Kazil. The main reason for this is it's a pure brown kingdom, so every runic we get in this kingdom will indeed be a pure brown runic. What's today's, or this week's event? Is it anything Explore related? I think it was. It was kill something in Explore or PvP, or was it just Explore? That's not it. Those are offers. Events. Help Prince Athorius seek revenge against Titania by killing Fae and Explore. Oh, okay. So basically Explore in Forest of Thorns or Explore in Bright Forest. Bright Forest is green-purple, which wouldn't give us either of the 2 I just mentioned, which was brown and red runics. Actually, neither of the kingdoms would. So, well, I guess we'll just explore here a little bit. I need to go do more of the event anyways. Probably do most of that off camera, though. But yeah, was there any other questions that you guys needed me to answer that I might not have yet? How can one estimate his gem income to justify the 50 gem offer daily? Oh, I always consider it worth it. The main reason being is there's no other way to get diamond. That could be like 10 diamonds only, and no other reward, and I'd probably still take it, simply because I need the diamonds for future content. Since I have basically everything in the game, diamonds are basically the most valuable resource I can get. So anything that gives me more diamonds I would want to do, even if it doesn't seem that worth it. But yes, for the most part, the only extremely good day to do the 50 gem thingy that I do daily is on Sundays, because that's diamond day, because you end up getting 80 diamonds, like 2 gem keys and a bunch of other stuff. It gives really good value. But I personally throw it every single time, and the main reason for that is just because I need the diamonds. Since I have literally everything, there is currently 442 troops in the game, and that's exactly how many we have as well. And because of that, the only thing I'd ever really need to throw diamonds on are new content, where I might need it or I might not get it at some point. Generally, everything we get immediately, but you never know. There might be something in the future where we might need to focus it down, and because of that, I need to make sure I have a high reserve of basically all these resources, particularly diamonds. Speaking of that, let me go convert these over into diamonds. There we go. There's also basically no point in ever converting shards into anything other than diamonds. These other little pieces are basically useless. So yeah, don't even bother. Especially that it costs 100 souls to do that too. That is like so outrageous actually, to convert into these other smaller things. That should be like 10 souls or something. For diamonds it makes sense, for these things it doesn't. They really should have made it like at minimum 50 souls to at least match the other one. Like look, it costs 1,000 shards and 100 souls, but then for these it costs half as many shards but the same amount of souls. Wouldn't it make sense to make that 500 instead? A lot of things in Soulforge doesn't make sense, but anyways. Anyways. But yeah, I mainly need it for crafting stuff like this, or if they ever add a new, anything new to content there that requires diamonds, just to make sure we have it. Oops, should I do this? You know what, just for fun, I want to see what happens. We could actually lose this battle if I'm not careful. I'm going to deliberately not cast immediately. I want to see what happens. He actually is going to have a slight upper hand immediately, but once we get going, we'll be fine. I just need him to cast, and then we're good to go. Okay, he has Sunbird. Oh, he's actually going to win. Good job. He won. I think he just won. Pretty sure he just won, unless we can get Sunbird right now. He just won. Please die somehow. Oh no. Oh good. Well, we still haven't won yet. Let's see. Nope, we can still lose. Yep, we just lost. Saw that coming. Rip. Okay, anyways. What do we even throw against this next one? Well, I guess we'll just throw our Green Guild Wars. Or, you know what else? What else would you have on reserve? Do I still have the other ones down here? What do I still have under Florian Green? Pretty much the same thing. I was messing up with Glitter Claw just to have fun with it. I guess we can go try the one that I was using earlier and see what happens. So we'll go with put that down. World Breaker, Azura. Get the Azura World Breaker loop. Put it on the blue-purple for quick Azura. And we'll be good to go. Where are you, blue-purple? Come out, wherever you are. There it is. And we'll go throw that in. And let's see what we can do. Let's see. In Guild Wars, if you lose a troop during battle, does your respawn to a full team, do you still get score penalized? No. You do not get score penalized if you resummon. Also, the resummon does not have to be the summoned color of the day. You can resummon into any color and it still counts for your points. Do keep in mind that you do lose points regardless if you resummon for any damage that you're taking, but you don't get the penalty for the actual troop death if you revive something there. So yes, it is always a good idea, if possible, to end your battle in a guild war with all of your troops. Don't overwaste your turns to try to do that, because it's not as heavy as your score as compared to how it used to be. But yes, if you can easily get a summon to get you back to a full team, definitely do it, because it will save you some points. Do we even bother draining him? There's only 8 greens on the board, and the chance of that missing is pretty high. I'm not even going to bother. And again, not even going to bother. Maybe if we get an extra turn now, we will. Okay, we don't. Now would be a good time, because we can go on him or him. Let me get that one first, actually. That gives us World Breaker. We can go throw that down. And that gives us that again. Don't get to recast. Yeah, that's worth it. 11. That should be enough. We'll go throw it down. Get a World Breaker again. And then just recast. World Breaker for the lucky extra turn, and down it goes. Yeah, that works out pretty decently. What do you replace Queen with? You haven't gotten her yet? In what team? In the team I was just using? This one? The one all the way up here? Which one were you referring to? This one? You can actually just replace it with double Goblin Rocket. It's still works with double Goblin Rocket. It's excessively slow, but it still works for a win. If you don't if you need something else, you can use a Infernus there. I know that's more expensive, but if you happen to have an Infernus, that works. Basically, any really heavy cast, particularly one that can be cast for an extra turn, works in that last slot. Queen Titania is best. Another Goblin Rocket would work perfectly as sufficient. And other than that, there really aren't too many other alternatives other than getting into really heavy mythics like Guard's Avatar, Infernus, and stuff like that. So yeah, it's basically just Goblin Rocket, and if you want to upgrade it, you just go to a Queen Titania, and you can't really get much stronger than that as far as this composition is concerned. Of course, you can still make stronger teams than that, but as far as keeping it cheap, that's about the highest you can really go with it. Oops, that's not the one I meant to do. Oh yeah, it is. Never mind. Yeah, this ended up working decently. Let's see how it does against Drain Spam. And it won in the same amount of speed, too. It's mainly the loop that it gets from the purple going back into it, which is pretty nice. I mean the green, when it gets to Drain, which is kind of cool. We'll go throw that down. Get another Azura, hopefully before we get to Drain. Yeah, we'll throw it, I guess. Get that down. Get a Gorgotha. And he'll just poke us. Not good. Throw that down. Come on, Drain, we need you. Oh, we got it in time. Yes. Go throw that down. Get a World Breaker. It gives us our other Drain. Another extra turn. Drain it. Get our AoE again. And drain it again. Get right back to an AoE. And can we kill you with anything? Pretty much. Gorgotha, go. And down it goes. Yeah, that actually does work pretty well. It's nice in that you can keep getting it right back in, because you get the... I didn't even think about that, because you get the you not only have the Azura spam, but you have the Florian spam, since it doesn't conflict with the World Breaker. So you just get the Azura to get you your initial mana, and you go straight into a Florian to loop with the World Breaker. Actually, it's pretty cool. Okay, we'll go into the blue-brown surge. The blue-brown surge. He has barrier. I guess it's not too big a deal at this point. We have Azura, so we can just get it away. Can you please surge already? We'll take the purple. He's gonna get the poke down. Throw this down. There goes all of his barriers. Goodbye. We'll go get our explosion here, and I think we got it rolling. If he will not kill it, it would be great. Good. Thank you for not killing the thing you can one-shot. Good job, AI. Very smart AI. We'll go and go throw this in. And we'll be good to go. And that should be our loop. Oh, it's not really a loop, but it kind of loops. They need to have higher mana costs, though, to really get it going. Doesn't work as well against lower mana costs. Also doesn't work if you keep getting extra turns. We'll go throw that down. I gave it a lot of red. He's actually going to kill that soon. Hopefully he doesn't get another peak amount of mana. Keeps taking random extra turns that keep getting him all his stats. But there we go, and that's enough. And down it goes. Let's see. But yeah, does anyone else have any other questions I may have missed? Or anything else you want me to go over, just let me know. You're trying to break into the 100 PvP this week. No reason, really. Wish you luck. Good luck with that. I don't believe it's too hard these days. Actually, I shouldn't say that. It's actually quite a bit of amount of time. I believe it's 6 hours of playing per day is what you need to make top 100, if I'm not mistaken. Because right now it's at what? It's at basically 12,000. So we'd have to be playing about 2.5 times more than what we're currently playing right now in order to reach that much. How much have I played this week? That's actually a good question. I don't even know what that number would be. Also, it's hard to tell because most of the time that I play is actually on stream as well. Because, of course, on stream, it can be... Me being on and playing on stream can be different, quite a bit different than me just playing on my own. Because, of course, when I'm playing on my own, I can just keep doing it consecutively without needing to take breaks to talk or explain anything. So you would end up getting a lot more battles done. Also, wait, is that my loses? Hold up. Is that number accurate? No way that number is accurate. Wait. Oh, that's my defense. I was gonna say, for a second I thought that was my PvP loses. I was like, wait, I have a 50% win rate? Well, wait, you know what? That's actually really good. My defend teams are doing decent this week, apparently, then. I think it might mainly be because I have the Guild Master thingy this week. That doesn't affect the PvP guild. I mean, that doesn't affect the PvP battles, but it does affect Guild Wars. Let's see, how is our Guild War defense doing anyways? We are Paragon this week. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. I knew this team was good. Yeah, this is what I wanted to see, too. Wow. Farce Troll, Nyx, Kraken, Queen Mab. That's why I love Nyx so much more. Farce Troll, Nyx combo. That is basically 50% win rate. That is not too bad. That's actually really excessively high. Really nice. Well, I know what I'm keeping for my Green Day defense. Oh, wow. I didn't realize it was that annoying. Well, I kind of did. But, yeah, that is pretty potent. Not to mention, even my Green Day team, if I use my Green Day team against that, it's going to get completely obliterated as well. But yeah, we found our new Green Day defense. Hopefully people don't start using it. No, it's going to happen eventually. But yeah, it always happens with all the good defend teams. Just look at what happened with Red Day. It started with like a few people using dwarves, and then it turned into basically the entire game using dwarves. There are very, very few people that don't use a full dwarf team on Red Guild War Day these days. And the few people that generally don't, or most likely don't have all the components to make it. There might be some people that are nice and just don't set it. But yeah, pretty much everyone will be. Because it doesn't conflict with any other day. You wouldn't ever bother running a full dwarf team on any other day anyways. Or even a partial dwarf team. None of them really synergize on anything other than Red Day. So it makes it so it's a really easy day just to throw them all against whatever you're facing. One thing that's going to be done with that too, once a few more better elves come in, I believe next kingdom will be fixing that some, if I'm not mistaken, as well as next update. But elves, after next patch, might start to become a thing. A 4x elf team on one of the, or 3x elf team, like a partial elf, on one of the defend days. The main reason for that is it's basically going to be completely immune to mana drain. So on one of the heavier days where mana drain tends to be popular, like on a yellow day or a green day, probably yellow day I think it's the most popular. I don't even know these days. I guess blue and brown day are somewhat popular too, because brown day has Octris, it has Corvash, and a few others, Famine, and stuff like that. Green day has things like Spirit Fox, which everyone likes to rush, and Famine, Manicore, Spider Queen, and all those. So the only thing you're missing now is Celestials. Well, that's good. Celestials are pretty easy to get, since you can get them from literally anywheres. The biggest problem with them is if you're specifically trying to get them, it takes a little while. But if you're just naturally getting them over time, it doesn't really seem that hard to get them, simply because you get them from literally everything you do. There's almost no activity in this game that doesn't have a chance of giving you Celestials. Pretty much everything. Playing PvP has a chance for Celestials. Playing Arena has a chance for Celestials. Playing Treasure Hunt has a chance for Celestials. Playing within every single kingdom in the game has a chance for Celestials. And every chest other than gold keys has a chance for Celestials. Also, speaking of that, let me go spend all my gold and see if we can get a firebomb upgraded a bit more. Of course, our goal is to get a mythic firebomb. I still don't have one yet. I know it looks kind of bad because a lot of people by now actually already have it. I didn't have as much gold on reserve, so yeah, that, or I'm just getting unlucky with my drops. Probably a combination of both, because of course it's completely random on if we will or will not actually get ourselves more firebombs from this. I will need to make sure to throw more glory keys on this Friday too. Not for the firebombs or anything, because there's no firebombs in them, but because I still need to go and get the other troops up from the kingdom. I haven't really done that yet, and since they still have mythic drop chances, I might as well do it. Okay, anyways, how many firebombs does that bring us up to? Let's go check. That brings us to... Is firebomb 1 or 2 words? Let's go with 2. It's 2! Oh, we're so close! I'm not going to get it this stream, but it looks like tomorrow night we shall get ourselves a mythic firebomb, hopefully. We are so close. All we need is 5 more copies. I need to make sure I have 2 spares so I can still throw a double team. That'd be a pretty big fail if I ascend it and then only have 1 copy, because then I can't do almost every team I ever use it with. But yeah, we're so very close. And it barely even gives him anything extra. I think he gains 1 damage, maybe 2. I'm pretty sure it's only 1 damage though. But still, that's 1 or 2 more damage that we wouldn't have had earlier. And in things like Quick Explorer, Quick Challenges, and stuff like that, 1 or 2 damage is a huge difference, simply because you're already dealing with such low numbers. And since you get to do it twice sometimes, that can start to add up. The fact he has Fire Spirit's also really, really beneficial as well. I'm actually kind of surprised they gave him Fire Spirit. Seems like something that's pretty powerful on him, actually. It doesn't seem like much, but of course in Challenges and Explorers, when you get that little bit of extra damage, it just speeds it up by such a substantial amount. You've been running the team with Talon Banner? Which one? Is that as good as, or should you switch to Banner? Which team are you referring to? The one I was running that someone suggested, or maybe even you suggested the floor again? Talon. Which one was Talon? It was double green something? Yellow? It was yellow, green, minus blue, right? Yeah, there it is. Yellow, green, minus blue. Was that for this team? I don't know. I would normally... There's basically 2 banners I would want to throw on this team. Either Frozen Banner, Blue Purple, or Brown Yellow. Those are basically the 3 banners I would want to have on this team. I don't really think Talon would work out. If it was all in on Gorgotha or all in on Azura, it would work. There is a banner that does go all in on Azura if you don't mind having the -1, and that's Frozen Banner. That, I think, would work. I personally don't feel like Talon Banner would work, though. The only reason I'm using blue-purple instead of this is just so we don't -1 World Breaker. I guess that doesn't really matter much, so I guess we could go for the Frozen Banner. But no, I'll just switch back to blue-purple. Because what if we have a situation where we might need it? It's not like we'll need Azura. Azura's not really going to have a trouble getting blue. That's not really going to be an issue that she's going to have. Because she will get it off the other explosions. Yeah, I kind of see that then, because then you can just go into the yellows on the Talon, and then have the yellow and the green that you can go into World Breaker to close the gap. The biggest issue with that, though, is it doesn't get as quick of a start. And you have to go Azura. You would never be... I mean, you would have to go Gorgolfa. You would never be able to go Azura. And if they're running something like a Dawnbringer, you'd want to go Azura first in case they get the cast. Yeah, personally, I'm just sticking with blue-purple for it. But yeah, I could see Talon working. You would have to play the team quite a bit differently. And how I like to play this team and similar teams to this, I like having the option to go for either Gorgolfa or Azura. That's the only slight problem that normally occurs that you'll see whenever I do a Gorgolfa Dragon Soul team. I normally set it to Dragon Soul banner, the Absol banner, +2 purple, +1 red, -1 yellow. The biggest issue with that is it forces you to have to go all in on Gorgolfa. I mean, all in on Dragon Soul. This kind of works because you need to take a purple anyways for KrissTigger to get the enchant. So you were going to do it first anyways. But it does force you to have to go for a single one, and I do like having the flexibility of being able to go for either or. Like, for example, against a Scion right there, we wouldn't want to have double yellow, because our Gorgolfa is going to get drained most likely, so we'd want to go for the Azura first, then get the Azura, then get the Gorgolfa, then get the Ward Breaker, and then go from there. If we go for Gorgolfa first, you might get a random Scion, and then everything will go downhill from there, as it normally would against a Scion team. But anyways, guys, I'm going to be heading off the stream for now. If you guys still have any other questions, we will be back tomorrow night, same time as always, 1.5 hours, or 1.5 hours, 1.5, yeah, that's right. Never mind, I said that correctly. 1.5 hours from now tomorrow, prior to now tomorrow, same time as always, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll be back to do all the Guild Wars and everything. Don't forget, this Friday we are getting a new Mythic, so do make sure to save your Glory Gem Guild and VIP chest for that. It's a pretty nice one. It's going to be Cleanse Spam. I'll be going over everything with that. Teams, key openings, and all that kind of stuff. And of course, we'll be doing our standard stream on Friday and Saturday from 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll be starting them and going for a few hours. But anyways, guys, I hope you all have a good rest of your week. Best of luck with any other key openings that you'll be doing, since there's so many keys that will be opening this week between the new Kingdom and the new Mythic. But yeah, best of luck, everyone. Thank you all so much for coming down. Leave a like if you enjoyed, and I will see you all later. Goodbye, everyone.